Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. So I want to say during the waning days of the calendar, hope you all completed the calendar and got your quote-unquote free commander out of it. There was a earn op to shoot down 2 airplanes. And so I thought, I'll go to Tier 5. I'll roll out in my anti-carrier platform, the California. I'll get my 2 airplanes shot down, and all will be good. Well, I played several games in the California and the West Virginia, and I'd only shot down 1 airplane because there were no carriers in any of these matches. So what you're going to see is the final match here in the California, and again, no aircraft carriers, which is kind of why I'm titling this video Much More Than an AA Platform. The California is perhaps the most well-rounded American premium at Tier 5. You've got the Arizona that's very tough, but it's weak against carrier-based aircraft, doesn't have great AA. You've got the West Virginia that's got those big guns. And then you've got the California, which can do a little bit of everything. It's got great AA. It's got smaller caliber guns than West Virginia, but it still does a fine job of punching. And so we're going to do a little punching here today. Shooting at the Nuremberg, you can see I did not lead the Nuremberg enough there, and that's no one's fault but my own here in the California. So yes, I mean, everybody should know California's got great AA. We've got an AA build going with the Willis Lee, so AA/survivability build. And I want to say, I think I'm using Azerly, New Jersey now in the West Virginia, and Sims in the Arizona. Although I wouldn't blame you if you felt that one of those 2 commanders was a better fit in this ship and you put Willis Lee in the Arizona, because I certainly could understand that. You're going to double down on the quote-unquote toughness of the Arizona by doing that. But I don't think the Arizona has a lot of secondaries, and this is the same build that I use in the Massachusetts, so I decided to put it into the California, at least for the time being, to see how we can do, and leave Azerly, New Jersey in the Weavy, and Sims in the Arizona. And so here we've got a broadside Nuremberg. We do light him up for a Citadel hit, so we don't need the biggest guns to do our work here in the California. Admittedly, I wouldn't be sailing broadside to a California in the Nuremberg. That's just my personal opinion. As you can see, the torpedoes are on their way to kill him. We send another shotgun blast, and that's all it takes for another Citadel. First blood, kill number 1, Dev Strike, here in the California. Although we've taken a fair amount of damage, as you can see, we can recover most of that damage, which is why I'm pretty glad I have my survivability commander. Alright, here we've got a broadside enemy California, so I am going to turn my front turrets that way. Rear turrets are slowly moving around. We don't really do a ton of damage there in that first salvo. I don't know if just RNG said no, you're not going to damage them that much, or it was bad aim on my part. There, by the way, is the final airplane shoot down that I needed to finish this day of the calendar. Alright, so you can see it is close to death. Can we kill pinch? Rear turrets only. No. Front turrets? No. No! No kill pinch. And we're not going to get the kill. I think he dies right there. Yep. Alright, so we've got Nevada over there, or we've got a New Mexico here. I'm going to turn my attention to New Mexico, at least for the time being, because he is the closest ship. That is of the same tier as me. Turning, and he's going to do this show your broadside to your enemy. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it was the weekend. I mean, what can I say? Lots of stuff happens on the weekend. We're continuing to move in here And right there, that shot shows you how very wide this ship is. I'm sure, and I'm guilty of this myself, everybody and their mother has a thick reference to the California. And man, they are not kidding. That is one wide, wide battleship. All right, we smashed the New Mexico. Another Citadel hit. We're just short of 80k damage. And what do you know? Somebody else pinches the kill. But that's okay. All right, Oklahoma. He's running away. In a minute here, I think I'm going to switch to HE. We've also got some other red team ships, but they're a little farther away. So right now, I'm going to turn again, and I'm going to start engaging the Oklahoma. And I'm not going anywhere near the cap. And the reason for that is simple. We have the points lead, and with a ship this wide, you're just going to end up getting the cap reset millions of times. So a ship this big should never go into the cap unless you are nowhere near the enemy, because you're very easy to hit, and that's going to reset the cap every time. All right, so the Oklahoma, whoops, sorry about that. Let me kill my notifications. So the Oklahoma's turned towards us. You can see being engaged by torpedo launchers from one of our teammates. I want to say we just lost a ship, so it's 5-4 blue team. We do have a slight lead, and now I'm going to start turning and kind of mitigating the incoming fire from the Oklahoma as best we can. Since he's going bow towards me, I've switched to high explosive, and I was really surprised with how good the California's high explosive did, at least in my opinion. For these few salvos, just one, not even a full hit, and we set him on fire. And I think he's going to damage con that, and then we're going to turn right back around. Oh, never mind. He is still burning. But we're going to keep shooting HE towards him. And it looks like he is also going to turn and give me a better angle. Which, again, I don't... Is the other ship really more dangerous than me? I guess not. So, here's where I wish I had AP loaded. But since we don't, we'll keep shooting the HE. There's another fire. And some of his teammates are chipping in from the back of the map, back of our cap. He gets killed. He's got torpedoes en route. Multiple sets. We're again turning and going bow on. He's going bow on to me. I am cognizant of the ram at this point. And so I set him on fire a third time. And we're just going to get to a point where I'm going to decide, you know what? And I'm going to turn and show him the full broadside. And I'm doing that because I'm going to turn away from any attempt he might make to ram me. So there we dodge his salvo, and right here I decide I'm going to turn away from the ship to avoid being rammed. All right, full salvo out. No fire, but we did do a lot of great damage there. We're over 100,000 damage, and I'm fully turning away, and I'm going to turn my bow towards the enemy ship that's over near the cap and stern tank this Oklahoma. And I can tell you that a lot of people might not agree with that as we unlock high caliber and set another fire. But I think the California can stern tank these down tier battleships no problem. Another fire there on the Oklahoma because he's still not giving me a good target. So that's when you select your HE, folks. I mean, we talk about it all the time, and I'm just showing it to you. You know, when the enemy gives you their bow profile, you give them HE. And we're getting set on fire. Our secondaries are going off. We're going to use our damage con. We've still got heals left in the bag. I'm going to actually shoot at the Nuremberg with my front turrets. And the Oklahoma is still there. And how embarrassing must it be for the Oklahoma knowing that I'm just totally ignoring him up until this point where I'm going to put my rear turrets back on him. So I just utterly ignored him for like a minute of this match, you know, because I have a feeling, you know, personal feeling, he's not going to be able to damage me. And I think I'm right. You know, he just does a teeny bit of damage there. All right, another salvo. set him on fire again. And there his return salvo finally does a little bit of damage. But we get an arsonist medal and burn him down for our second kill of the game. Alright, just one ship left on the board, and a Casta, and we probably aren't going to get to shoot at him very much because he is close to death, and there are lots of friendly ships close nearby to him. The blue team pulled this one out, and we are going to win the match. But we have one more medal yet to achieve, and we are going to get one more salvo out of the barrel at the Acasta. And we're going to set him on fire, but we are not going to get the kill. Unfortunately, we're not. And thus endeth the match. Dreadnought medal. Alright. We're going to peek at the other screen here really quickly, but I'm very happy with the outcome of this match. 5 medals to our name, including an arsonist medal in California, which I have to imagine doesn't happen quite that often. We also got a high caliber, a dreadnought, a first blood, and a dev strike. And we ended up with 123,430 total damage. 2 kills and a number of fires. Look at that, top of the board. Base XP isn't great. It was a capture of the base match, and the base never got captured. But 5 medals, I'll take that. And it looks like we had a ship that either did not log in or did not contribute, and to bring the ultimate shame to the enemy team. They also had a California who did not do hardly anything at all. So we'll bring the heat here in the California. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below. And I hope to see you Thursday for another video. Thanks for watching.